Well, we started shooting together for about 5 years ago. We were looking for something that we could do together. We each had our own sort of separate hobbies, and we found something we could do.
Yeah, I normally surf, and Kirsten normally does
Jiu-jitsu or circus, and
acrobatics and yoga and aerial yoga.
but there was nothing that we did together. So then we were at my uncle's farm, and we had a shot, and I was better than Drew, so I went, this is great.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So we then started the process for learning how to shoot, and we wanted to do pistols, and went from there.
Yeah. We just found that we wanted to do that thing together, and with the metallic silhouette, you have that team aspect of the shooter and the spotter. So we have to work together. We have to listen to each other, which sometimes is really hard.
And you find a way to, you work with somebody what they respond to, what helps them. You do that, and then you switch places, and you do vice versa. So it's really good for learning about the other person.
I shoot sporting shotgun as well, and but also we both did service.
We tried a bit of service.
I-core, a little bit of I-core.
On our first night when we turned up to our club, we had a guy from Metallic Silhouette say, "Come and try," like after your initial show and tell, and it sort of sucked us in. We really wanted to do a lot of the other disciplines, but I guess it's just it worked, and you only have so much time for things as well. So, and it'd be great to have guns for everything.
We also learnt that night was the number one rule with shooting, any discipline, is if somebody offers you a gun and offers you the ammunition to go and shoot, never say no.
Yeah.
Always say yes, and get the experience of shooting the discipline.
But Drew's very good at shotgun as well, so yeah. And maybe down the track, we'll, if we've got less work or something, we can try a few of the other disciplines. We'd like to get into I-core as well, so that'd be good.
It's actually funny because I'm used to working with Kirsten, and Kirsten has her jobs and I have my jobs, and we communicate very similar in our calls. I've recently gone and done a contest down in Cowra, a comp down in Cowra, and I had a different spotter, very good spotter, but I didn't have the support of Kirsten and her doing her job, so I had to all of a sudden do her stuff as well as my own stuff, and then try and understand the calls of somebody else, and it was very disjointed, and I was a little bit lost because you do get in that groove with each other.
Everybody has their way of what works for them, whether it's like showing the cards or doing verbal calls, but then a lot of people have, I don't work well in inches, so an inch down from the back I'm going, how big's the target? So I just prefer a sort of a reference or the cards. So I think for a lot of people, when they do get different spotters, it takes them a little while just to sort of get into the rhythm, whereas we just sort of go with the flow. We know what we're doing, we settle in, we know what each person has to do, and it makes it very easy to, you've always got your spotter with you.
And we practice all the time with each other as well, and we know if Kirsten's shooting high, I know that when she needs to click down, and 1 click or 2 clicks, and but that's very difficult with other shooters when you're doing it, because you don't want to be, I know what she shoots and I know how she shoots and what she needs to do to get back onto the target.
And you know the guns too. So he knows that gun probably takes only 2 clicks, whereas another gun would be 4 clicks. So that helps as well. The cards that we use for spotting, it just helps that you're not verbalizing too much or giving too much information. So for the spotter can move the magnet to where the point of impact was, show it to the spotter, show it to the shooter, and then move it along. And then we try to do, if there's a trend, so if you've gone left twice, you mention that to the spotter, because as a shooter you're so focused on every shot and you're not sort of really considering the other shots too much. So that's where the spotter comes in. That's critical for them to sort of keep track of where everything's going.
And as a spotter, if you do see that trend, you don't like to say you should. It's more you might like to think about putting a click of right in it, because you are tending to be left side of centre and things like that.
But the cards make it easy for, particularly if you're, I don't think in inches for the target sizes, is I can go, okay, it's to the left, but it's in the safe zone, or it's a little low. Yes, that's two that are low. I need to click up and things like that. So it's just an easy visual reference without thinking too much.
Yeah.
I had a new firearm today. We have a gunsmith who, he knew that I was not quite happy with the Big Bore Unlimited gun. It's just for my ergonomics, because I'm a smaller female, smaller grip size. It just wasn't comfortable for me. I kept struggling with it, and he knew he could help us out. So he's, over the past few months, he's built a new gun, and it's beautiful. It just works. It's so comfortable for me, and it just takes away. You've got to be so relaxed and just comfortable when you shoot, and it worked very well for me today.